Welcome back, boys and girls. And finally, I'm going out on my first deer hunt of the season tomorrow morning. Today is September 12th, Wednesday, and tomorrow I'll be going out on my first hunt. And I'll be taking my lead-free armory 300 Blackout and Glock G40 10mm. Now, I've never shot a deer with either of this handgun or the rifle or the ammunition, so it'd be very interesting. I just hope I will run into a nice doe or medium-sized antlerless deer. In Virginia, we have what they call an early season for the antlerless only firearm hunting season, and it actually started in September 1st. But 1st of the September, I was a little busy with visiting my kids, and since last week we had rain, and tomorrow it seems like I'm gonna get a little break. Now, the reason why I think 300 Blackout would make a great early season hunting rifle is that during the early season, I could be seeing deer anywhere from 10 yards to 75 yards. But with 300 Blackout, from 25 yards, and then that's 75, and that's 100 yards, there's not a big difference point of impact. Everything is within about 1.5 inches from 25 to 100 yards or even 75 yards. So this would make a great early season hunting rifle. Now, even with the rifles like 308, I've seen a difference of about 2.5 or 2-inch difference from 100 yards to 25 yards. So I'm just hoping that this 300 Blackout will prove to be very deadly on deer. We'll see. I'll be also taking my Glock G40 in 10mm, and I'll be shooting Hornady Custom 155 grain XTP, and my last 5-shot group was about within 1 inch. So I'm pretty confident I won't have any problem knocking the deer down at 25 yards. So if I see something within 25 yards, I just might be tempted to take one out with Glock. Yes, I am happy. But remember, during the early hunting season, you really want to spray your hunting clothes really well with tick repellent. You do not want to take a chance with Lyme disease. And also, not before the hunt or the morning of the hunt, you want to make sure you spray yourself with scent killer and try to make yourself as much scent-free as possible. See you on the tree stand. Well, today is Friday the 14th, and needless to say, I wasn't able to hunt for past 2 days because we had a forecast for rain and thunders. I don't mind hunting in the rain, but I do mind hunting when there's thunders, and especially when I'm up in the tree stands. So tomorrow morning we do have some forecast for the area of a shower, but no thunders. So I'm gonna try to go back out tomorrow morning. And tomorrow morning we have a sunrise at 6:50, so we should be able to hunt from 6:20. And I'm gonna try to be up in the tree stand by about 6 or 6:10. Well, again, see you on the tree stand. It is now 6:20, and getting in here was pretty crazy. I mean, it was pretty jungle. Everything was overgrown everywhere. I don't know, let's wait and see what we get. It is now 7 a.m. and as you can see, it is jungle out there. It is now 7:50 and I see some squirrels moving. So that's a good sign. We might see some deer moving as well. Let's wait and see. I'm not sure if you could see this, but there is a doe and a fawn about 50 yards away. Okay, it is now 9 a.m. and I am done hunting today because it's gonna get warm pretty fast and it might even rain. Let me just tell you real quick what happened. What happened is about 7:25. I heard and saw a medium-sized doe hopping toward me from about 60, 70 yards away. And instead of grabbing for my gun, I went for my camera. And right about there, about 30 yards away from me, she turned to my left and to her right. That's where the trail is. And she started hopping away. And I thought she was gone. And then sure enough, I heard her hopping toward me again. That's when I started filming her. And then she came back to right in front of me. And she stopped right behind that small brush. And that's when I got my Glock up. But then I couldn't see her vitals. So I switched to my Untitled Blackout. And when I almost had her, she started hopping back away to my left again. And right about there, she stopped about 50 yards away. And I hit her in my crosshair. I hit the back of her head and the neck. And I could still see her spine. But I didn't want to take any chance. And I was just waiting for the better shot. But she just walked straight away from me. So that was my first encounter of the day. And my second encounter was around 8:20 to my right. A pretty good sized doe came down just about there. And as soon as I saw her, I saw a fawn behind her. She still looked kind of small, and I didn't want to take my mother away this early of the season. She needed to grow a little bit more. Well, I really wanted to fill up my refrigerator before I go to Europe next weekend with my wife for over a month. Okay, the reason why I came out hunting in not so great weather and in between the rain was that because next weekend I'm taking my wife to Europe for over a month. And I wanted to get a nice doe before I leave. But, you know, things happen, and I really didn't feel like shooting that medium-sized doe in the back of the head, you know, the headshot, and in the early season, because if I miss it even just by like inch, and if she gets wounded and if she goes down somewhere, it's really hard to see any kind of blood trail in the headshot. And with this thick woods, you might not even see the deer that you shot 10 yards away from you and never find it. So I didn't want to take a chance on that one. And the reason that I didn't shoot the doe is that it's kind of a little early in the season, and I didn't want to leave the fawn motherless this early season. So by the time I come back and start hunting again toward the late October, I'm sure I won't see the little fawns behind the mamas. So then I won't feel so bad about it. And lastly, like always, thank God for what you have. Enjoy your life with what you got, but mostly hunt safe. See ya.